Hello everybody, my name is Pizza Splatter the Kaiju King, and welcome to my review of the SH MonsterArts Godzilla 2019. This version of Godzilla appears in the sequel to Godzilla 2014, Godzilla King of the Monsters. I heard many people have been talking about this figure, and this right here is my first ever SH MonsterArts figure. And now we're going to take a look whether or not he's worth adding into your collection. As I heard, this figure has been sculpted by the monster master Yuji Sakai, who actually has been doing quite of the models for SH MonsterArts figures. This is by far the most accurate version of Godzilla 2019 to actually appear in the SH MonsterArts line, which makes him a lot more accurate than the 2014 Godzilla. No reused parts from that figure. This version of Godzilla not only is a lot more movie accurate, but also it uses CGI files from the model. Now we're going to start with how this figure actually looks like up close. The teeth have been kind of fixed on the 2019 Godzilla. I've seen many people actually complain about the teeth on the 2014 Godzilla, but these aren't that sloppy yet. But I don't really mind the sloppiness on the teeth of SH MonsterArts figures. I really think that just makes them look a lot more realistic. And here's Godzilla at the front right here. Let me just focus into him. And now let's open the mouth, and you can see like that beautiful color red in there. Let me just put the light closer. And you can see the tongue is actually also like in that glossy paint, I think, that makes it like shine when it's being reflected, like it's wet. And now here is what the figure looks like at the side. As you can see, there's a bit of the eyes. There's a bit of the eye right there. And now, I heard many people actually complain about whether this figure actually has derp eyes. But to be honest with you, it's fine for me. They're looking pretty straightforward, and yeah, my SH MonsterArts Godzilla is just pretty fine. The stomach and the chest also look incredible, which actually makes it a lot more better, yet even though the abs are not that visible here than they were in the Godzilla 2014 figure, as I've seen on many pictures. This actually has less paint, but yet we can still see, if we look carefully here, there's still a little bit of brown right here that makes it similar to Godzilla 2014, but it's less used, like how the green was actually used on Godzilla 2014. The hands are also very nicely sculpted, and these, I really don't know if these are reused, but truth is, it has been confirmed that they are not reused, so I guess I'm wrong. But you can see that the claws actually are very pointy, and yeah, they're very sharp. And also, the palm of the hand is very sculpted nice. And there are the scales on the fingers, and that looks very nice. The crotch actually is just this version of the figure, which shows that this version of Godzilla is male. You can see it's very nicely sculpted, and it actually looks a lot more accurate to how dinosaurs actually look like, which is what this Godzilla is supposed to represent. This is like a more reptilian version of Godzilla, and if we turn on the side, we can still see the crotch right there, symbolizing the male genitals that he actually has, meaning that he is male. And I even said it once in one of my videos that he is male, that it has been confirmed. And yeah, even the crotch actually is very nicely sculpted, and the abs are actually are just going down, and yeah, it just goes all the way down here to the crotch, I think. Now it's time to take a look at the feet. The claws on the feet, the toe claws, the toenails, actually have like this glossy paint, which makes them look shiny, like they're made out of pure bone. And you can see they're also a lot larger than Godzilla 2014, making them look less more than an elephant's foot, like they are in the 2014 film, which is what the redesign for this Godzilla is supposed to be. And they're both colored in this. They're both colored. Let me just focus in. They're both colored like in this brownish color. Sorry. They're both colored like in this brownish color, and yeah, they actually can be very much shown on camera and they're actually very nicely painted. There's also a bit of those blacks on the nails, which allows them to make like this bonish color that they have. And yeah, and here we come to the tail now. As we can see, under the tail, we actually get all those like veins like on the tail, and all those like scales that that we all know Godzilla to have on each one of his tails, even in the classic Toho films. And also we can see all the dorsal plates, and the tail tip is actually a lot different than the 2014 Godzilla, which is actually the tail tip on the 2014 Godzilla is a lot more straight. And also this one is a lot more like a little bit like blunt, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I don't even know if that's a word, but I think what you know what I'm trying to say. And finally, the final thing about the sculpt is the dorsal plates. These are supposed to be resembling the 1954 Godzilla, as Mike Dougherty confirmed in his movie, and Sakai did a great job sculpting them. We can see the veins where we actually see the lighting up of the atomic breath, where we actually can get to see the lighting up of the atomic breath through the veins of the dorsal plates. And there's 3 rows, and as you can see, even on the back side here, it's actually really nicely sculpted. The scales are actually very nice. And yeah, even the neck, and also if we look carefully at the neck right here, we can see the infamous gills if we look closely on the legendary Godzilla, but they're not that shown here. It's because this thing has less color than the 2014 Godzilla. Same on the other side, there are the gills. We can kind of see them even more on this side, which is pretty cool. And here is how the dorsal plates look like back on this side, and yeah, they're very nicely sculpted. And yeah, so sculpt is actually really good. It's actually way more accurate than how Bandai Tamashii Nations actually did with their Godzilla 2014 figure. Not to say that the look on that one's bad, it just makes that version of Godzilla a lot more fierce. Yeah, this one is the more film accurate Godzilla. Like the 2019 Godzilla is just a lot more film accurate. And the truth is, the sculpt is good. The paint could have been a little bit better, since we actually have like these colors of gray, but truth is, the paint could have been a lot more better. And I really think that they could have added like a little bit of more lighter colors, not just darker, so we can see what it actually looks like. The teeth are fine, I guess. The tongue is amazing. The inside of the mouth is good. The eyes are not messed up, kind of, on my one, I think. And the feet, the toenails and the claws are actually really good. They have like that bonish color. And yes, sculpt is good. Paint could be better. Alright, so we're finally getting into articulation. Alright. The mouth, it's on a ball joint. And the tongue can also move. It's also on a ball joint. You see, there it is. It moved a little bit. Let me just put it back down. So yeah, I don't really trust. If you actually try to move the tongues, just make sure you might break it. So don't try to treat this like a $20 action figure, alright? Because this is actually a very expensive figure. And I advise you not to move the tongues, even if they are articulated. Anyway, the head is also on a ball joint, and we can look very high up. Yeah, we can kind of recreate that scene from the poster and the rebirth scene from Godzilla King of the Monsters. Let me just make him go a little bit up. Yeah, he can look very high up. And yeah, and also the torso actually has like those, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 3 pieces, I think. No, it's actually 2 pieces, sorry, which allows him to look a little bit more up. But also the head cannot go that much down, but if we use those 2 pieces right here, voila, we have Godzilla looking down a little bit. And yeah, here he is right here, looking down. It's not that much down. It's not as good as the Godzilla 2014 figure, but it could have been better. But here we now have the arms, the shoulders, they're on ball joints. Just the only problem I have with the arms is that I have a quality control issues. quality control issue in this. The right one is very stiff. It cannot move all the way. It can just make that wiggling, but it cannot go up like the left one, as I showed now. We have, I think we have bicep or elbow swivels. I think they're on ball joints and swivel ball joints. I think, and the hands, they're on ball joints. Same with this one. Anyway, here we come with the thighs now. The hips. They're on ball joints. The knees, I believe they were actually like on the original figure. As you can see, I have this massive gap right there, but I don't really mind it. So, it's a gap, but you only want the figure, not just love the figure the way it is. All right. Anyway, here is the knee has like this, I think, double hinge system, like on the knee and on the downer leg, and the ankles, they're on ball joints. And we finally now come to the tail. The tail is on pretty much everything is ball joints, so it's actually curvy, but it's not as curvy as the 2014 Godzilla. And yeah, this is not that curvy, but I can still animate it for stop motion because, you know, I'm a stop motion guy if you're following my YouTube channel. And yeah, so is the articulation worth it? Yes, the articulation is very good. The tail could have been better. The looking down thing with the head could have been better, but it's still actually really, really good. I really think it's actually good. And to be honest, it's one of the best, I think, out of all the Godzilla figures I have in my collection. It's one of the best. Sure, some parts could have better articulation, but it's still great. So, what does Godzilla come with? What are his accessories? Now I heard, by the past few years, no SH MonsterArts figures have been getting like accessories. But actually, this guy comes with 2 accessories. He comes with his own atomic breath piece. And I'll tell you what this is later. Anyway, this atomic breath piece, I think, is a reused version of the SH MonsterArts Godzilla 2014 Spitfire version atomic breath piece. Just this time, my only problem with this is that it doesn't use the Tamashi Act 4 stand, which is used on almost any one of the beams, which is a huge problem for me. But this is like a very alternate version of like putting like beams on Godzilla figures. So let's show you. First, you grab the mouth, wiggle it a little bit like that. You see it's starting to move a little bit away. Hold the head. There it is. And the mouth is off. Now what do? This right here, what I showed you before, is a replaceable jaw. As you can see, this is supposed to be the jaw with the atomic breath piece. And now we just place it inside. Let me just move the ball joint. Still not in there, right? And now we have the mouth with the atomic breath in its mouth, but the piece, how does it go in? Well, if you look carefully here, it has a hole. So we actually have to place the tip of the beam right here. Let me just find a way how to place it. And there we go. Now we have Godzilla shooting his atomic breath. But truth is, I'm not really that into accessories. Even though I can actually use them for like pictures or something like that. I really think that this right here could have been a lot better. I really don't think they needed to add a replaceable mouthpiece, but also what actually is pretty cool is that the reason why they did this is because if we make him look up, we can recreate the scene as a poster. And yeah, he can look up really high up, as I told you before. And yeah, this Godzilla can recreate the scene of the poster. It's actually meant for this. That's why we need this replaceable mouthpiece. And yeah. Here we have Godzilla in comparison with NECA's Godzilla King of the Monsters figures with Rodan and Mothra. Here is Godzilla next to two more NECA figures. But this time they're Godzilla with the NECA Atomic Blast Godzilla 2019 and the NECA 2014 Godzilla. And here is Godzilla next to some NECA's Pacific Rim stuff with Gypsy Danger and Cherno Alpha. And here is Godzilla 2019 next to my two other SH MonsterArts figures with Godzilla 2000 and King Ghidorah 2019. This thing kinda sucks, but he's gonna be pretty good once I'm making new wings. So, buy Godzilla now, skip him, or wait for a deal. Well, if you really want to buy him now, like on websites like Big Bad Toy Store, he's not available anymore there. But you can still find him on eBay, so you gotta, I guess, wait for a sale if you really want to get this guy. I got mine on eBay for about $80 from Japan this year, and I'm actually really happy to get it. I'm glad I actually found it, and I started collecting SH MonsterArts figure with my favorite incarnation of Godzilla ever, the legendary Godzilla himself. And all I want to say is that this figure is actually really good. He comes with accessories, if you want accessories anyway, but I'm more into stop motion, I guess. But what I'm trying to tell you is that this figure actually is not supposed to be missed. What I'm trying to tell you is that if you really want to purchase this thing, go for it. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon. Happy holidays, everyone.